Hello, Brandy here from Better Impact, here to give you a short little presentation on our volunteer management software solution, which is known as Volunteer Impact. Now, before I dive in and I start showing you a little bit about what Volunteer Impact can do for your organization, I'll take a moment to explain this diagram I have up here, because it's important for you to know if you do choose to sign up and join Volunteer Lethbridge's Enterprise Edition and have a software account to manage your organization's volunteers, that you will be joining their enterprise structure. And so this illustration will help me explain the Enterprise Edition. And so with an enterprise system, it is made up of multiple sub-accounts. Okay, so this enterprise system is representing Volunteer Lethbridge, and enterprise systems can have any number of sub-accounts. And so with Volunteer Lethbridge's enterprise, these sub-accounts are representing different community agencies, of which you would have one of these accounts should you choose to join this their enterprise system. And so as I circle around this orange account here, I just pretend that this is representing the account that you and your team at your specific organization have access to. These larger orange people are representing administrators, so typically staff members at your organization that need access to your Volunteer Impact account to manage the volunteers in your program. And then these smaller orange people are representing volunteers that are associated with your organization's account here that these administrators manage. Okay, so I'll be showing you the software shortly so you can see what you can do as administrators, such as managing your application form intake, communicating with volunteers, scheduling them, running reports, and more. And then I'll also do a high-level overview of the volunteer portal, because your volunteers have an account that they can access as well, which helps save everyone some time. They get their answers quicker. They can self-manage, and they can do it all within on any device with an internet connection, including downloading our Android or iPhone app. Okay, so please know that's a little bit about the enterprise. You would have one of these sub-accounts, and you can set up your admins to have access to it accordingly. Okay, now let's get into a bit of the software demonstration. Please know that at the end of this video, there will be a button that you can click, which will take you to a more comprehensive demonstration on Volunteer Impact. And I highly encourage you all to click the link, watch the video series. If you watch it from beginning to end, it's about like 45, 50 minutes. And I would encourage you to note any questions that you have along the way, and perhaps compile those, if that works with Chris and her team, to then send to me to either answer by email, or if it makes sense to set up a meeting like a Zoom meeting to answer your questions by me showing you the software, because sometimes seeing the answer and understanding it through a visual presentation is sometimes the better path. But please know I'm happy to address any outstanding questions. So here we are looking at a screen here. This is the administrators portal. So I'll come back here in a moment and show you around with some things that you can do in here to manage your volunteers. I also want to introduce you quickly to your to the volunteer portal. So as I mentioned, your volunteers, they can access their account from any device, including their smartphone, by downloading the Android or iPhone app. Here I am logged in as my fictitious volunteer, Veronica Smith. And when volunteers access their portal, they are in a branded environment. So branding is one of the first things you tend to set up in your system so that their environment they're in represents your organization, from this banner up here where you might have your logo and some imagery in there, to the colors of tabs, button colors. You can get your social media in there, such as Twitter, Facebook feed, and more. So I'm not going to go through every single tab here, but I'm just going to explain things that your volunteers have access to. So first of all, quickly, I'll show you a bit on the home page. Badges are something that you can choose to customize and your volunteers can earn, such as setting up some anniversary badges. So as they complete another year of service, they can earn an anniversary badge. If you have your volunteers logging hours, you can set up hours milestone badges that they earn, and also qualifications in your program, such as training, certifications, and more. You can set up badges for those as well, and you can customize what they look like or use any of our built-in templates. You can have an image gallery built in here of perhaps some volunteer moments and memories that you're sharing with them. Here's a news message, which you can make as long or short as you like, add in images, videos, and so on. This section that says about us, you can rename this. Some of our customers might put their mission statement here or core values and vision statement. And again, just share whatever you like here. You can have files and documents here right at their fingertips as a centralized library for them to click on them. So whether it be agreements or just materials that you need them to reference regularly, such as the volunteer handbook, social media in there, and then they get a little bit of some of their upcoming schedule on this homepage, as well as some hours they've accumulated over time. All right, so just quickly on these tabs, I'll let you know that volunteers come in here to sign up for opportunities that you shared with them. You don't have to share every single role with every single volunteer. When you set up your roles in your portal, you outline who you share them with, whether it is everyone or let's say just those who are qualified. Which could be a variety of things. They maybe needed to complete some trainings, passed a background check, and more. So volunteers come in here to sign up for your roles by looking at them in a calendar or list format, however they prefer to see them. They would go to their schedule tab to see their schedule of assignments in a list or calendar format, but they don't even need to come into their portal to know their schedule. They can opt into getting email reminders, automated email reminders for their upcoming shifts. They can also choose to sync their assignments with their online calendar that they use. So as they get assigned to things, it will auto-populate in their Outlook, Google, iCal calendars, for example. They can log hours in here as one way if you need volunteers logging time, or when they present on site, you can have them clocking in and out from a kiosk. And when they clock in and out, you can even have them doing like a health declaration indicating, for example, that they are symptom-free with COVID. You can also have them clocking in and out or logging time from their smartphone too. They can run reports on the time and contributions they're making so that you and your team don't have to field common or regular questions from your volunteers, such as how many hours did I give last month, last quarter, last school year? They can get that info here themselves. Again, the point is to allow them to be as self-sufficient as possible. They can contact you or any committees or groups here. They can keep their profile info up to date. So if they move, have a new address, phone number, email, they can do that admin work so your team doesn't have to. And you can also create what are called e-learning modules in the software. So online trainings that they can complete right here in their account. And the nice thing is as soon as they complete them, it will automatically update a corresponding training or related qualification in their profile as completed or passed, for example. So you don't have to do that. And now that they've completed that training, let's say, it may now make them eligible for other roles, which they'll find on their opportunities tab. Okay, so that's a quick bit about the volunteer portal. Let's get into your admin portal though. And so here in your admin portal, you have these main icons at the top that you will click. And as you click them, it will produce options on the left-hand panel here. So I'll just quickly introduce you to a bit of your dashboard. First of all, these green bubbles here are representing your spread of volunteers across these 5 different statuses that volunteers can have. So first of all, you can create and customize volunteer application forms in the software, which are branded. put those links for your application form on your website where people visit to learn more about your volunteer program, or promote your application link through social media, your marketing flyers, and more. And the point is once they click that, most commonly from your website, it will open a branded application form where they'll move through the areas that you've set up for your form, whether you need them to agree to any mandatory policies or agreements up front. And then they can move on to providing you with their contact details, general availability, what they're interested in, and what qualifications they have, and any other questions that you put on your application form. Okay, so you can make your form as long or short as you like. And then if you need to review the application, they'll come in here as an applicant so you can review it. Then move them to in process if you have any screening steps, and you can track and record those screening steps on your volunteers right in their profile. Mark anyone that's now accepted and in your program. Anyone that's temporarily on a break, you can put them as inactive, and then archive those who are no longer in your program. Okay, so there's no limit. Have as many records in here as need be, and they'll be spread across these applicable statuses. You can communicate with your volunteers, such as sending an email, which is most common, and you can make and save as many email templates as you like, which will save you time, of course. You can text volunteers through the software, which is always really great with those that have youth in their program, since texting is kind of their main form of communication compared to email. I know this as well. I have a teenager and he never checks his emails, only responds to my text messages. You can make mailing labels quickly and easily and print those out, phone and call sheets as well. You can create your activities in this software, which are your volunteer roles, and create as many as you need. Give them their unique descriptions, unique schedules, specify who you need to share those with so you're getting the right candidates signing up and getting assigned. And then you'll be able to manage that schedule and see it in a list or calendar format, so you know how things are filling up or where the holes are in your schedule. And here I'm just quickly giving you a quick little snippet of the calendar view, whether you choose list or calendar view to see how your schedule is filling up. It is color coded. You'll get used to what these color codes mean, but they help you quickly identify where you need to focus your time so that you can work on particular gaps and understand what's going on with the schedule. You can run reports as well. So for organizations who have volunteers logging hours, there's going to be a variety of built-in and standard types of time reports you can pull. A great thing is being able to report on feedback. So knowing, like the impact that our programs are making. People or our customers will create feedback, so questions. So these are customized questions that you have volunteers answering when they log hours after a shift. Okay, and you can ask as many questions as you like, such as, were there any incidents that happened today? How satisfied were you with your role? Did you have enough supplies? How many people were in the group today? I mean, ask whatever you want, and then you'll be able to pull quantitative and qualitative reports to help assess how the program's going, volunteer satisfaction, and of course make necessary program improvements based on that extra info. You can pull schedules and lists in calendar formats, so you know who's coming in, when are they coming in, what are they doing, and more. And then you can pull far more customized reports as well, such as reporting on basically anything you are tracking on your people in the software. The general rule of thumb with reporting is if you are tracking it in the software, you can pull it in a report. And that's why it's so important to put like everything in this volunteer impact account of yours, and it will give back tenfold. And now just quickly before we end up parting ways, I did just want to show you as well a quick view of going into a volunteer's profile. There I just quickly searched to find somebody in my program, Veronica Smith. I can see that she is one of my accepted volunteers here. And in a volunteer's profile, the point is that you can come in here, go to any of these tabs, and you will find and know anything you needed to know about this volunteer, Veronica. Okay, so I'm not going to go to all of these tabs, but basically you'll have all of her application information in here, as well as anything you're privately tracking on her behind the scenes. You can communicate with her, such as email and text, and write a personal message to her. You'll see a history of emails and text messages you've sent, and you can make private and permanent logs against her record as well, such as maybe disciplinary actions you had to take against the volunteer. You can assign her to roles. You can manage her schedule in here in a list and calendar format. You can see the time log she's made, and you can always manually log time as well if you needed to, particularly with some volunteers who maybe aren't tech savvy. You may still need to manually manage some folks, but it's easy to do in here. Run reports on the contributions coming from Veronica. And if your organization has any committees or groups, you can customize those and identify which ones Veronica is a member of. All right, so other than that, please know that you aren't alone when you're using this software. You are fully supported by us at Volunteer Impact in many different ways. You can call our support team, you can email them, you can watch free training videos on our .tv site, access online help articles, and my favorite form of support, which is very popular with our customers, is the online chat. So just type a message and ask your question, and then they'll start responding in no time at all. All right, so thank you for your time. Again, click the button at the end of this video, please, to learn more in a comprehensive video of volunteer impact. And I hope we'll connect again. I'm here to help. All right, you take care. Bye now.